to do the ears, that little bit, that little quarter that's left over, you want to take it, tear it in half, and just tight quill each one of those. Now this one, because it's so small, because they end up being very small, all right, when you glue it with your toothpick, all right, you want to just keep turning it. If you take it off too soon, it'll start to unravel on you. So make sure that you just keep twisting it until it stuck. Take it off, flatten it out. All right, and then we'll do the other part. Quick and easy. Again, when I glue it, I'm going to keep twisting it so that I know that it's twisted and glued tight. All right, and just twist it. And if it starts to come undone like this one did, I didn't wait long enough, just twist it up again. Now it's just being ornery. There we go. And if they come out of two different sizes, this one decided to unravel on me anyway, that's okay. He's just got a lopsided ear. I'm not worried. So we're going to put this aside for a little bit because I want these all to dry up completely. And I'm going to show you what you need to do to make your poinsettia and your snowflake. Now your snowflake, you're going to make all of your circles, not today, but you won't be making your snowflake today, but because we don't want to take the time right now to make each piece individually. You have to make 12 white, this size, which is about the size of a dime, okay? And then ones that's a little bit smaller, and you're going to make 6 of these. So we're going to let you do them on your own when you have a little bit of time. But I'm going to be showing you how to do it, all right? So to make the one that's about the size of the dime, you want to take one long strip, slide it into your eye, twirl it up, and just keep twirling it up. These strips are a little bit longer than the ones that you had before. Different manufacturers make them different lengths, all right? Now, if you notice, I didn't glue them this time, okay? I'm just kind of straightening it out a little bit, and then I'm just going to release it in my hands, all right? Just like that, to be about the size that I want. When you make them, you're going to be making them all about the same size. So if it isn't exactly dime size, don't worry about it. If they're all the same size, that's more important. Okay, I'm going to stick just a little bit more. And then I'm going to glue this here. Type of glue you need to use for this is really any kind of paper glue. Elmer's glue works just fine. Glue dots, if you have glue dots, that works fine. Glue pens work fine, anything like that. And it'll end up looking like this. All right, the next one that we're going to make is actually going to be a little bit smaller. So we're going to take half of one of your white ones, and you only have to make one of these. All right, so you need to make one that's a half, and you need to make 12 that are full size. Just twist it up real quick. I have the finger over the tip so nothing falls off. This comes off real easy. I'm just flattening it out, making it flat, and then I'm just opening it to the size I want it to be. This one's a little too, if it gets too big, just pull it a little bit tighter, you know, like you do with the straws. Quickly glue this on. So it'll look like that. As far as size relationships, it'll go like this. Then the last thing you need to do are make these little V's, all right? You can take your half that you have left and cut it in thirds. And again, doesn't have to be perfect, about a third. Tear them in half real quick. Then fold your third in half, like this. Okay? And then you're going to quill each side about 2/3 of the way down, away from the other one. Let's see if I can show it to you easy. Okay? So when this comes off, it'll actually be facing like that. Okay? And then we're going to do the other side away from the side that it was before. See how I'm twisting it away to approximately the same spot. And then I just kind of loosen them up a little bit. So we'll need 3 of these, 12 of these, this is the full, and then 1 of these, which is a half. Okay? Next week, we'll put these all together so you'll actually have your snowflake ornament. Let's get ready for the poinsettia. This is basically the way the poinsettia looks. All right, we're going to start with the yellow one. The yellow paper that you have in your kit is actually double the width of all the other colors. And that was done intentionally because your poinsettia is 2 height or double height. All right, so when I was putting this together for myself, I ripped my yellow. That's okay, because what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of glue and glue it together, and nobody will know. It'll be fine. Just like we were splicing the things before, you just want to splice it very simple together here. All right, don't worry about that little bit that's coming up, because that'll all be smushed down when I quill. I put it in the side just like the other one, and it's exactly the same thing. Just Yep, told you not to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. It will lay flat, but it's ornery right now. Okay, the problem that I'm having, just so you know, is that it fell off my quill tool. But that's okay. Just like the straw, I can do it by hand. Just like this, just as easy. We're just gonna wrap it all up. Now you were asked to have a dime, to supply a dime in your kit supplies or the household supplies that you needed. And this is why you needed it, was actually for this one right here. Because this I do need to have a specific size to go on the inside, and that is the size of a dime. So I'm going to actually just let it spin out till it's the size of the dime, and then I'm going to glue it. Just like that. And that's going to be the inside of my poinsettia. Perfect. Now we're going to take the red and we're going to make 16 petals, but we're only going to make one at it. I'm only going to show you how to do one, and then you guys got homework to do. Again, just put it on there, quill it up very quick and easy. And you want to make these a little bit smaller than the size of a dime. So it's all twirled. I'm going to let it go. All right. Glue this edge here. Okay, so it looks like this. The green that you have is to make the leaves, and actually the leaves are going to be half the size. So take your quilling paper, tear it in half. Oh, there it goes. Get it inside there, just twirl it up. If it has a little piece of this glue that stuck the quilling paper together, just pull it off. Take it off, straighten it up, loosen it up, glue it, and then you have your leaf almost done. And we're going to need 6 leaves. So just like this. So we're going to need, whoops. And every now and then they pop up on you, and guess what? All you have to do is pull them together and glue them back on. Be the master of that glue. All right. So we're going to need six leaves. We'll hold on to this a little bit longer. We're going to need 16 of the red flowers, the petals, and we're going to need to have 6 leaves. All right, let's see if he's going to behave himself. Well, while these are all drying, let's finish our gift tag. All right? So this is what we're going to be making. And so far, I have a bottom, a head, and 2 ears. Oops. Okay, so to put them together, this is when that silicone mat is really going to make a big difference, because glue just tends to get everywhere with these. You're just going to take the head, roll it a little bit into the glue, and stick it together. Take 1 ear, roll it in the glue a little bit. Thank you. And stick it on there. If you have tweezers, you can use tweezers if you don't want to get your fingers dirty. Half the fun of gluing is taking the glue off your fingers at the end. Who's kidding you, right? I'm going to stick that right on there too. All right, I'm a dirty finger person. What can I say? All right, I'm going to take a little bit of glue here and put it on his tail. And I'm going to put his tail where I want it to be. All right, and just hold on to it for a second. And by having the silicone mat, you will be able to peel it off. The glue will not be sticking to the mat, so that'll be very easy for us. Oh my goodness, this guy doesn't want to stick together for me. It will work. Get some fresh glue on him and try again. There's one side. I should have read to see if this was fast drying glue. But this is actually the sticky paper, so it does take a little bit longer, the shiny paper rather, so it doesn't stick quite as quickly as regular quilling paper. It is quilling paper, it just doesn't stick as fast. Let's put some glue on this side too. There we go. Give him a second to dry. Now, I want to show you real quick how to make the holly. All right, somebody told me that holly was the hardest thing for them to make. So let me show you how to do it real quick. You start with the rectangle and you nip off the edges with a little bit of a curve. You do one side and then the other. And you bring it to a point, all right? Then these flat sides here, somewhere in there, you just kind of round it. And there you have a holly leaf. So basically, if you want it rounded more, you can. But you start on the long side, you just kind of round the corners, make them concave, and then you make a concave in the center. And that's the easiest way to make holly leaves. Now I actually made one smaller, but I was all thumbs, so I didn't want to show you how to do it with just my thumbs. So we're going to take a little bit of a toothpick, and we're going to glue it right on here. Okay, this again is where tweezers might be easier to help you with it, because now things do stick to our fingers. Then we have a little bit, and your kit has a little piece of red, a little red bling. We're going to actually cut them off. I think it'll be easier than trying to pull it off here. And this definitely, tweezers do help out for this. Take it off, place it where you want it to go. Just kind of squish it down. And then you have two pieces, or two little eye gems, little black gems for eyes. And then you have just a piece of black. Now this is the hardest thing, believe it or not, for me to figure out how to do. I just tore off a piece, all right? And I cut two little strips on one side. Flipped it over, did two little pieces on the other side. And then I squished the paper together like that. Kind of feathered out each side of the whiskers. Feathered out each side of the whiskers. And that was it. The more I fussed with it, the more I disliked it. So I put a little bit of glue where his whiskers are going to go, and I threw them on top. When I looked at it, I said, I didn't like it. But when everybody else looked at it, they thought the whiskers were perfect. So I decided I wasn't going to look at the whiskers, but they look perfect, right? All right. So the very last thing we need to do is to take our tag again. Okay. Now the glue is dry. So I'm going to put it in our punch. I like to punch from the back side. And the reason why I like to punch from the back side is because I can see exactly where I'm going to be punching. All right, it's over there. I want my little mouse to sit on this side, so I'm going to punch on this side. So I'm going to take it, put it in, and punch it down. If you don't have the strength in your fingers to do it, just in your hand like this, put it on the table and squish it down that way. If you try to squish it like this, you'll end up pinching your hand on the side. Trust me, I've done it. Then I'm going to take some glue and put it on the back side of my mouse. Put on the back side of my mouse some glue. and just very simply place them where I want it to go. All right. If I want to keep the tail where it is, I'll put a little bit of glue there and just hold it there so that it doesn't tear off. And there, ladies, you have made your gift tag. So next week when we show up, we'll have all of the quilled pieces together. Remember, I need 12 white, full sheet white. I need 1 half sheet white. I need, oh, yep, and I forgot I need the little butterfly wings. I need 3 of these, okay? I need 16 red and 6 green halves, and then the 1 yellow, which is under my bling here, and the 1 yellow. And we'll put all of these together next week. Have a great time. Bye-bye.